Good afternoon. It's day number 57 of 100 videos in 100 days. So, we're in historic times apparently, maybe. I don't know. My view on things keeps changing. Um, we were talking to a friend of ours that is talking about the deep state, and just wanted to throw something out there today that if there is indeed a deep state, um, which I tend to think there is, if they're up here and they're pulling all the strings. So we have the Democrats and the Republicans and the Libertarians. And what is the benefit? Let me go back a second in my thoughts. Say that it doesn't matter how we vote or who votes. If they're pulling the strings and they say this year we're going to have a Democrat as a president, and this year we're going to have a Republican as a president, Democrat as a president, Republican as a president. Oh, 4 years, we're going to have a Democrat in the presidency. Oh, for the next 4 years. And they're up here and they're deciding. It seems pretty obvious that. So I do critical thinking, and my family does critical thinking. And we're thinking, none of this stuff makes sense. None of it. With as popular as Trump is, and with as many people that showed up for his rallies, it makes no sense that he didn't win. It makes no sense that a man that hides in his basement won. And at this point, I really don't care whether you're Democrat or Republican. I don't care. I'm talking about taking a very big, huge step backwards, looking at what is happening. And if the deep state pulls the strings, they had Biden win by 80 million votes. He got 80 million votes. That's insane. That's insane. There's just no way. And if you use your critical thinking and your logical thinking, that doesn't make any sense. But if they're pulling the strings and they say, "Oh, this year we're having a Democrat as a president," then they'll do whatever, and they have done whatever. And I've seen the tapes of the people doing the ballots over and over and over and over again for Biden. So my eyes aren't lying. It doesn't matter because the deep state is going to, I'm beginning to really think it runs everything. And the whole pedophilia thing is, I don't know. So what is the benefit of the deep state to have the Republicans and the Democrats hating each other as much as we all hate each other? I don't use that word lightly, but I can't I can't connect yet. And maybe I will, maybe I won't, I don't know. I can't connect yet with people that are behind a socialist uh, way of living. I do not want to live that way. Um, and so it's their benefit to have us fighting with each other because it's a distraction. And if we are down here worrying about who won our presidential election, which how many of us have expended huge amounts of energy in the minutia of the election and politics, and we're not paying attention to what the deep state is doing. The pedophilia thing, see, Trump, and even if you hate Trump, Trump has done huge made huge strides towards ending the pedophilia rings that are in the United States, and then those that are, and that's part of why we have the wall at Mexico, because there was so much sex trafficking going on, and now it has slowed down. And I guess at the end of the day, it just depends on what you choose to believe, because none of us live on the border. None of us can have eyeballs and know what is happening. I know the pedophilia thing is huge, and that's, I believe, run by the deep state. And that's really scary. So anyway, I had these thoughts as this whole thing unraveled yesterday. And I think we're going to see more of what we saw yesterday. People do not know how to deal with their pain and their frustration and their heartbreak and their anger, and what is happening. So I am taking a step back, stepping out of, and I don't want to play into the hand of the deep state. And there's those of you that are going to say it's a conspiracy thing. I don't believe in conspiracy theories, actually. I think there's truth to almost everything that is out there that we think is a conspiracy theory. So just think about that today. If you believe in the deep state is pulling all the strings, it is to their benefit that we're all fighting. So we're going to have to, and I'm included in there, we're going to have to figure out a solution. I don't want to live as a socialist. I don't want to live in a socialist country. I don't want people telling me what I can and cannot do, what I can and cannot buy, where I can and cannot live, what I can and cannot have, what kind of cars I can buy, and it doesn't do. One of the big things with the socialist theme that I understand is that you're not empowered to be an individual. Things are given to you. You're assumed you can't do it. It is assumed that you cannot make it on your own and strive to be the best person you can be. And everybody is a victim and everybody needs taken care of. And I simply do not believe that. And if we go down that road, then we are raising, and we're already raising, children that don't think for themselves. They can't individualize. We have helicopter parents who are not allowing their children to fall on their faces and get up and say, oh, okay, this is the lesson I learned from that. In a socialist state, we're going to get rid of the individual. Just look at the other countries that have gone through this. It doesn't take much to look outside our country and go look at what is happening in the world. So there's something to think about. And you may not believe in the deep state at all. I believe in it. Things are not adding up. Something is going on that we are not looking at, or that we're not being able to see. So that's today, day 57 of 100 videos. I will see you tomorrow.